Good afternoon. In this video, I'm going to be discussing my challenge that I'm going to take $200 and turn into $1.6 million in 13 plays using debit spreads. Now, I have on the screen in front of you that I have my steps, my plans, my play objectives. So I just finished step one, but these are what the numbers are going to look like. Basically, I'm going to be going in with $200, as much as I can with $200, depending on the contract size and what I can get, with the goal of getting to 400 plus, then taking those and buying as many contracts as I can on the next play and try to go 100% plus on that, and then just keep going in and in and in and in. Now, I know I need to be right 13 plays 13 times in a row. One play, one wrong mistake, and it's gone. But this is a challenge. This is for fun. Whatever happens, happens. That's the whole point of having fun with this challenge. I'm using Robinhood. Now, I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form to use Robinhood or recommend Robinhood. Robinhood sucks. It's a piece of shit. But I'm using it for this fun little challenge, and because I'm going to be taking massive size and I won't get killed in fees. But it doesn't matter when you're making this kind of scratch in between the plays. Fees aren't going to matter if you pull it off. So, but I'm doing it because a lot of people use Robinhood. A lot of people don't have a lot of money. I figured this would be a great way to help the people out that have Robinhood, that they can't use another broker, or don't want to use another broker, or don't have much money. So the purpose of this is to be patient. The play could take a year plus to come out. All these plays, the 13 plays, could take a year plus. I'm not in a rush. I'm not going to force anything. I have to be right 13 times in a row. I'll wait for exaggerated moves, which I'll show in a few minutes. And the name of the game is slow, steady, and be very, very cautious of what I play, and look for 100% gains. Now, I might try to chip away at the numbers as we go in advance, but like I said, I am on step 2. Now, if you're new and you want to join the room will have real-time access to these plays and follow, if they choose to, at their own discretion and their own risk or whatever. You can just go to my description of the video, or my Discord link is on my bio section of Twitter, and you can follow. You have to subscribe. Now, I have a new payment layout coming out. You want to make sure you pick the premium members. I got some cool things going on with that starting the first of the year. So premium members only, not subscribers. Premium members only will get access to the challenges and other things I have coming up. So if you sign up now, before the payment structure happens in January 1st, you will get you'll get automatic premium for the price it's at now before it goes up. So now, getting back to the challenge, like I said, step 1 is complete. 200 to 400. I started out with $200, and my ending balance is $364. I'm short of the $400 now. I may have made a mistake with Baba. I picked Baba. Let me put Baba up on the screen and tell you why I got in and where. Now, Baba had an earnings dump. I saw it oversold on the daily. The stochastics is way below oversold, and the RSI didn't quite get to below 30, but it was close, and I started looking for a reversal, and that's when I ended up grabbing it. So I ended up grabbing three contracts of Baba of December 31st, 2020, and so I got them at 70 cents. I ended up selling them. The target was to sell them $1.40. I had a $1.40 sell order in, and it couldn't get triggered for a couple days in a row, and I kept seeing it go over $1.40, and it would not fill. I don't know if it was a Robinhood issue or if it was a liquidity issue because of I used a weekly. I think that was mistake number 1. I used a weekly, and I just think that weeklies that far out don't have as much option liquidity, and so it might be harder to get in and out. So the next time I do this, from onward going forward, I will use monthly expirations only. There's a lot more liquidity, a lot more volume, so that might have been the mistake. I tried to sell it at $1.40. I could not, so I dropped it to $1.30. I couldn't get filled, and I was looking at it. And this is where I was worried, because it went in the money because I had 275 calls. I was buying the 275 calls and selling the 277. So I knew they went in the money, which was good. And I should have sold here and even here, but it didn't. So when it got into this near the 280 area, I started to panic a little bit, because you got gap resistance. Now, gap resistance, you get the big gap down from earnings. This is big resistance, and usually what happens is when it makes a big run to gap resistance, especially if it's this far out, 30 points out, that it's going to be really big resistance, and it's probably not going to go straight through. It likes to test it at least once, pull back or consolidate before it rips. So I knew 280 was the area I had to get out by, and that's what I did. So I did get out at $1.20, as you can see. Now in the challenge, I have a little room that has my debit, what is it called, the debit spread challenge, and I post all this stuff, what I sell, what I buy at, and I post screenshots of the balances, and I have a spreadsheet which I'll post after the fact on Twitter of the progress, but I plan on doing videos after each step to walk through what I did, and where I bought, where I sold, and stuff like that, and how I'm doing on the actual challenge itself. But this is where I'm at now at 364. I was looking for the target of 140, but like I said, I think that because I picked the weekly, that might have been a liquidity issue, so I will pick monthlies. Now, I'm going to be getting massive size when I get into, beyond 7 to 13. 10 to 13 is going to be the most difficult, but I'll be picking stocks at like Amazon, Shop, Tesla, something that's got wide strikes, that has a lot of leeway in the for gains and going 100% plus. So I will definitely be looking at those when we get to 10 through 13, those higher price stocks. But because you'll need to have massive size to get in and out. But I'll worry about 10 through 13 when I get there. But 1 through 9, I'll try to chip away and get as ahead as I can for the number wise, because I'm sure I didn't quite get the 400 on step 2. So I'll get in as much as I can and try to hold for over 100% and try to get over 800 and see if I can get to 9 or even 1,000. And when I get to step 3, I'll try to do the same thing, start chipping away so I'm at least ahead of the game, and see if I can get ahead as much as possible through the steps. But like I said, the targets are 100% plus. And 10 through, if I can get ahead of the game, this would be the perfect area to get ahead of the game. It's like steps through 2 through 9. The more I can get ahead, the better and easier it will be when I get to 10 through 13. So that's the objective. Now, what I'll be doing on the debit spreads, I will not be shorting. I will only be buying any big massive dips. The dips may take a while to get to, so it could take a few days, could take a few weeks, it could take a month plus before the next big play happens. Like I said, I'm not in a rush to do this. I have to be perfect on every play, and I plan to be, so I'll be looking for exaggerated moves. I'll have Baba up. Now, these are some of the debit plays I've had in the past. Now, I had Union Pacific. Now, these are the kind of plays I'm looking for. It's another earnings gap down, big sell-off, 30 RSI on the daily, and boom, you just buy, get a debit spread out a few months, 6 months, even a year. I'll probably go out 6 months to a year to allow more time to recovery. So that would have been perfect. That was a good play. But those are the kind of things I'm looking for. Similar like Lululemon. Lululemon had... it's not quite as oversold, but it is right here on November 18th. That'd be perfect because it did the RSI did get below 29, and I did grab it right here below 300. You're gonna get all these kind of plays. You just need to be patient and time them, And that is the name of the game is Patience. And I had RTX was another one that I had in the past, not for the challenge, but for like debit spreads. But that was another earnings dump, and that was another big play. So these are the kinds of things I'm looking for. I'm looking for massive dumps and on good stocks that have a good history of like liquidity and volume, options volume, and it has a history of strong bounces and stuff like that. So ANTN is another one. I'm just going through like examples of stocks and stuff like that. You know, another earnings big gap down on insurance, went to 270 to 340. I mean, you get a debit spread out a few. I mean, this thing recovered in 3 days. I mean, you go out 6 months to a year. I mean, they're just gonna leave plenty of time. They're just gonna end up recovering and getting back all the things and stuff like Facebook. So when you get Facebook gets something like antitrust or some kind of big thing, yeah, I mean, it's bad to have antitrust issues or other government watchdogs and stuff like that. They'll have big dumps and they'll fully recover, like right here. And you know, Facebook is another perfect example. You pick the stocks that you're very familiar with, which I end up playing like about 10 to 15 of the same stocks all the time, so I know them really, really well. And when you get these big dumps, I mean, like this was like COVID, so you know, you get these fairly bigger dumps on the daily. So those are the things I'm looking for. So that is what is going to happen with a challenge. This is my guide or for what I'm looking for, steps to 113. Now I'll be posting videos of each step and what happened, what I took, and how many I took, how many contracts, what I sold at, what I bought at. I'll take that, post that in a video as an update, and also be after the fact, so it will not happen in real time. So if you want to see the real time of follow, you gotta sign up for the room. Now, if you already missed step one, which you already did, a lot of people in the room that did miss step one that are just signing up, what they've been doing is they've been going to setting up their Robinhood account or putting $400 in and just getting ready for step two. And that's what a lot of people have been doing in the room that have just signed up and want to follow along. Now, if you're following, I don't recommend that you follow anybody, but if you do follow this, you just got to remember this is fun. Whatever happens, and if you don't have the money to lose $400 or don't have the stomach for this, don't play it, don't follow, don't I'm not suggesting that you do, but this is what I am doing, and I'm sharing my journey. This is exactly what it is, nothing more than a journey. And if I get to step 11 and I lose it all, whatever. I mean it's going to be heartbreaking to lose $250,000, but it is what it is, just for fun. The fact that you're starting out with 200, if you can actually do that with the plays I'm playing, and just take your time, it should be easily obtainable. So that is going to do it. Like I said, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I will post updates as I go along, and it could take weeks, months before the next play. Earnings season is coming up in January, February, so we could see some plays then, and we'll hopefully see some exaggerated moves, and that's when I'll be jumping on this. So that is the game plan for this challenge. You know what I'm going to do in the plan. And like I said, if you want to follow, the room is in the description of the video and in the bio section. So hopefully to see you in the room, and hopefully this challenge will go well, and stay tuned for more updates. Thank you.